Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are doing World Watercolor Month and I am so glad that we have come so far. Today is day 7, day 2 of the week 2. Okay, so for day 7 I have chosen a very simple painting which is mountain, where I wanted to want you guys to learn more about shadows and highlights, as in how they play a very important role in depicting something, right? So yeah, let's get started. So you can do like a rough sketch of the mountains. Don't make out mountains like the kids make, right? So make them some curvy, give them some twists and turns, and then you can divide that mountain into two parts, where one is going to highlight your shadow and the other one is going to be highlight. Okay. For me, I generally go and do like the right side as the shadow part, because let's say the light is coming from here, like this side. Okay. But if you think the light is coming from this side, then maybe this is your light and this becomes your shadow. So decide what way you want to go and then just follow along. Okay. So to get started this one, we are only going to paint the sky, like the top part of it, and I'm just making sure that I don't touch the mountain. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just using my bigger brush and very nicely leaving these borders and making sure we only wet the sky. Okay, now I'm gonna take my ultramarine blue and I'm gonna do a very plain and simple sky, because the focus is not the sky, right? The focus is the mountain now. So just a gradient wash of this ultramarine blue. And if you don't know what is gradient wash or graded wash, maybe check out my tutorial Friday in the playlist called as Friday tutorial, and it talks about watercolor techniques, where also talks about flat wash, graded wash, variegated wash and all. Okay. Okay, that's it on the mountain. And then now we are gonna add that is on the sky, and now we are gonna do our mountains. So these are very quick and simple painting that I'm teaching you. It's not gonna take like more time, maybe 15 minutes at max for you to do and try it. So yeah, give it a try. So now that we are painting the sky, we want to make the paper dry, because as soon as I add the top layer on the mountain, I put some color, the color will travel backwards towards that blue area, which I don't want, right? So I will just dry my paper and then we can get started. So my paper is dry and now we can proceed with the mountain. So for the mountain, I'm gonna keep this whole section as the darker area. Okay, so we'll just wet this whole area. And I'm gonna put a watery version of the ultramarine blue in this area. Okay, because that's what we are using to create shadows. Ultramarine blue is a natural granulating pigment, hence you will see that whenever you mix ultramarine blue, like when you put it on paper, you will see that granulation happening. Okay, and then we go and do the similar on the second mountain here. Okay, which seems to be like too darker now, so I'm gonna just lift some colors. Okay, and now again we wait for this to dry up before I proceed and do my next layer, but we'll see. So what we can do is we can wet this paper. I am gonna just ignore the line. Okay, here is the challenge now. Okay, so we are not gonna add any colors over here, nothing. Okay, we are not adding any color here, but then what we are doing is we are doing paints gray, like dry brushing technique, okay, on a wet surface. So at parts where we see the color can be, right, okay. Now the other one, so again wet my paper, and then I take my paint spray again, dab it on my cloth. Okay, so it looks like snow-capped mountain, right? And that is what we were trying to do. Okay, now if you think that there are some darker areas and I should be adding some darker values in there as well, you can go ahead. Again, this is like a dry brush that we'll be using. Now for this technique, you can actually wait for your paper to be completely dried up before you even start doing something of this sort. And I'll also add some darker values here as well. Okay, and I will just slightly darken the area on the top of this. And add some dry brushing over here too, but with the same color. Okay, okay, Now if you want, you can add birds over here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I'm so happy with the result. Okay, so that's it for our day 7. Pretty easy, right? So my intention was to build that habit of being consistent, right? So we were not aiming for very complex artworks because then they take time. People don't realize that, but then watercolor, it takes time because you have to work in layers and you gotta make sure that each layer dries up. Correct? Right? So yeah, I think I'm done, and I'm gonna just add my signature. Yeah, I thought I'll just make this a little darker. Okay, yeah, I think I can call it done now. So thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this day 7 tutorial as well. Hey, thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this session. So I'll keep bringing to you more tutorials for this whole month, World Watercolor Month, as we are celebrating. So keep shining, keep exploring, keep creating with me, and share your works on social media. Tag me. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and send this to someone who can also join us with 100 in our World Watercolor Month. Okay, so see you next time. Bye.